Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop again this week, and it was a light week for me this week. I only got 3 comics. Uh, Boy, I haven't only gotten, and one I picked off the shelf. I haven't got that few comics in a long time, but I bought some modern age comic book bags just to, because I usually buy my comic book bags on a week that I don't have so many comics to get. So there is Saga 49, Fiona Staples, Brian K. Vaughan, where they almost curse on the cover. We're all completely F-U-O. See that? F-U-O. That's not a curse. Saga hasn't been an issue in a couple months. They're coming back from hiatus. They must have ended with a cliffhanger or something. I can't remember to save my life what last thing that happened in Saga. Let's see the first thing. Oop, can't see that. We have pee-pee alert, pee-pee alert. Let's flip to another page. Oh, there's Gus, the walrus wrangler. Like I said, I have no idea what is... I just can't remember for the life of me what happened in Saga issue 48. But that's okay. I'll figure it out when I start reading Saga 49. And the next comic we have for the week is The Amazing Cerebus #1. Yet another in the series of #1s he's doing. For this is his of course homage to Amazing Spider-Man 300. If it's a #1, why does it say 300? That's stupid. I even got a Cerebus in the corner box. We even got the copyright line in there that Marvel used to always run in the corner box. And this is I think this is his web comic he does and prints it. It's all, since he can't draw anymore because of health issues. He's got some sort of trouble with his nerves in his drawing hand. He cuts and pastes these Cerebus drawings on these old woodcuts, and I'm enjoying it. I have to say, I was a little suspicious if I'd like this, but all these issues later, I enjoy reading this book. The writing on it is genuinely funny, so I enjoy the book. And it's funny. Dave Sim has a YouTube channel where he does a weekly YouTube video telling what's up, and this is the next issue of the Cerebus #1s, and it's a parody of World's Finest #7 from like the Golden Age, and this issue has the least amount of it sold of any of the Cerebuses. But I think he sells between 3,000 or 4,000 copies. He tells you how much, and he said this one sold to Diamond, so pre-ordered, only 2,700. So he's like, I think the lesson learned is don't do parody covers of a 1940s cover that no one remembers, because I'm sure Spider-Man 300 will be a much more in-demand parody cover than the World's Finest #7. But anyway, if you're just looking for some humor, some humorous strips, pick up an issue, and any of these #1 issues you can pick up, and there's no real continuing story. They're all kind of comic strips. The gag is he's in hell with Dante, who wrote Dante's Inferno, and the Greek poet Virgil, who I think in Dante's Inferno, which I've never read, was giving Dante a tour through hell. So that's who these, let me just open it up. That's who these two guys are over here. One of them's Virgil, one of them's Dante. And I just find it funny. It's got good stuff in it. So if you're in the mood for a good, funny comic, pick up some Amazing Cerebus. And the last comic of the week is Multiple Warheads, One Shot. What does it say? One Shot, Final Chapter to Ghost Town that ran in Island Magazine. Okay. I didn't even... 48 pages, and then throw in the towel. I have never read any of Brandon Graham's stuff. I haven't read a comic. I think I've read 1 or 2 like strips that used to run in Image Plus when I got that magazine, but I haven't read any of his actual comics. And I see a bunch of people swear by him on YouTube. I think Ghost Critic and Sleepy Reader both like his stuff. And he seems like one of those cartoonists I should like, that auteur type cartoonist who does weird stuff. I enjoy that sort of genre of comic. So it's strange that I've never bought any Brandon Graham before, but I've never really seen it around. He just happened, my LCS just happened to have a couple of issues of this lying on the on the rack, and I had it was $4.99 book, so I splurged. And I had a couple extra bucks this week because I only had the other 2 comics, so I picked up some Multiple Warheads, and I thought I liked that cover a lot. I think that's a nice cover, and like I said, he seems like, thanks for reading, one of those guys I should be reading. That's a weird thing. He seems like he should be up my alley, so I'm going to give him a chance. Finally, we'll give you a look at my background art. I may have shown these off a while ago because they're on the top of a pile of stuff in a box, but I was like, you know what? I enjoyed looking at them again, so I'll pull these out again. These are from, I did some prints of ancient goddesses years ago. These are, once again, I didn't date it, so it's probably from the early 2000s. Cybele, I think is how you say it. I can't even remember who she is now, but just some black and white ink work. And Astarte, that's her name, right? You can kind of see it in the blue line there. I forget what they were goddesses of. There's clues and hints in the drawings on them, but I can't remember. But I liked them. I just, like, whoa. Happened to see them. Oh, look, this is on old Marvel paper. The Marvel Music paper. This was a short-lived division of Marvel in the early 90s. They had their own paper. And then they gave it to some of us when Marvel Music was... I think I got a bunch of this paper in the late 90s when Marvel Music hadn't been around for a while. But there you go. A look at a little art. And you guys all have a good week out there.